Right.
Because there's some songs that sound like it could have been from that album. But there's some songs that you can tell they were trying to be interchanged at the times because I hate that notion that the late '90s alternative rock got poppy. Where some of the most craziest alternative rock albums had crazy concepts and shit like that too. You
Right.
know, like not the biggest fan, but Smashing Pumpkins, their shit was very out there and stuff too. Um, Pearl Jam was still going strong at that time, even though I'm more of like the first three albums of Pearl Jam, which I need to get in my collection. I'm slipping. I was like, shit. Yeah, I should have known they were gonna block that shit.
Yo, Jerry, fuck them, yo. UMG
Was
is already going through shit with Drake. Like, why they fucking with us? You know what I mean? Go fuck with Drake and leave us alone. We trying to do shit for the hip hop culture and they fucking with us.
I was thinking the next Battle of the Bangers, we should do something different, like a yacht rock Battle of the Bangers. How about that?
Oh, that'd be dope. And yeah, they could
Yeah.
it'd be one night only because they're gonna end up blocking that shit too.
No, watch them leave that shit on and shit. Like,
Yo, leave that one
because
up.
watch.
Oh man,
Because y'all doing white music. Oh, carry on.
right? Carry on. Yo, we brothers. It's all good. It's all good.
Oh, Holland. Oh, fuck. Y'all playing Dr.
Yeah,
John Holland. Oh, y'all good.
right. We ain't fuck with y'all. We don't want you playing that Kanye and Beyonce and Jay. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I found a good album anniversary we can do today. And if
That's
this
a lot.
actually came out today.
A lot of good stuff that came out today. I got to post up. A lot of good ones.
Well, spoiler alert, I might actually show a reggae album, believe it or not. Yes, it is the right. Give me 1 second. Ooh, I'm so hyped right now. Ooh, okay, let me think. M's are right here. You see when I go through when I alphabetize my values, I have to figure out which box I put which.
Yeah.
And niggas ask, well, why do you have to alphabetize your vinyl? You do extra shit. I'm like, nigga, that's how I am. Shit, bitch. And it's going to be more of a struggle after the collection video. Where
Yeah.
I'm trying to do that shit again. That's why I be doing that shit like once it's like 1 hour in, I be like, look, motherfuckers, if y'all hear movement, I'm putting my shit back in vinyl because that shit gonna be a headache.
Right. Facts. Mm, 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 mm.
But since I'm in a good mood, I may show one vinyl, and that's gonna be it for the collection.
Oh,
Since I'm in a good mood and shit. So this is what I got. I got the Too Short. I want to be free single.
oh.
Yes.
I don't even remember that, man.
Shorty the Pimp, 1992, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
They have the video version, which I like a little bit more and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But he was talking about police brutality with that record and shit.
mm,
Yeah, Too Short. People always think he's on that pimp shit, but he be on his conscious shit too.
just too short.
Oh yeah, Shorty the Pimp. That was like his most darkest album.
Wow.
That was a song "So You Want to Be a Gangster," which was also on the Juice soundtrack too. In the Trunk, where they played that on Black Panther. Also, shout out to Ashley too and stuff. So if we do the collection video, it has to be like a Friday or Saturday because Ashley's off on Fridays and Saturdays. So possibly the first Saturday of May, possibly. That's cool.
Mm,
Hopefully we can get BJ on here too and shit.
He ain't coming on here. I don't know what's his issue.
I don't know. One day he'll come on there. All right, let me share this video, and then we about to start. Will Smith drops his new album this Friday. Expect a classic Will Smith review coming soon.
Yeah, right. Not.
Nah, no,
Uh,
man. His older albums.
oh, his other albums?
Yeah, because we're still gonna do the new album, but I got something planned. I'm gonna text you.
That new album is gonna sound like crap. I already know. I
You
already
don't
know.
know.
Unless he's
I,
trolling us, I already know it's gonna sound like some shit he shouldn't be doing at his age.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Ah, man.
Because his freestyles lately has been on point.
Yeah.
Shit.
There's a podcast that's even talking about his new album coming out, and they don't like it.
They already heard it already.
They like from what he's been doing. They're not excited for the new album. I feel like them.
All I'm just gonna say is I don't know.
What is this shit you doing?
Hey, if he wants to have fun, let him have fun.
Yeah. And lose your fans, lose your core fans in the process. Have fun. Lose all your core fans that made you rich and famous to begin with.
Oh,
You know.
hmm. What else is going on? What else is going on? See, that new Snow White movie is already getting bad reviews and shit.
Why do they? Are they that greedy for money? They must make all the animated films into live action.
I guess so.
So they got a live action How to Train Your Dragon coming out.
I heard they got that, and they got the live action Lilo and Stitch coming out.
Yeah, like why?
But but
Why?
but we're not getting a live action Tiana movie from Princess and the Frog, right? Okay. Alright.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Because they canceled that shit just for a live action Snow White with CGI
I mean,
shit.
it's that, and then they got the live horror films of like Mickey Mouse and Popeye. I watched the Popeye one yesterday. It was amusing.
A Popeye horror movie?
Yes,
What?
what's his name? Popeye the Slayer Man.
What?
Yeah, and his daughter's in it. Sweet Pea. Yo, I
Popeye
can't
the
make this up. I can't make
Pop
this up. Yeah, there's a movie. It just came out,
that sounds
bro. And this nigga just going around killing people. Like he's eating contaminated spinach and going around killing like young college students and shit.
that's funny.
Yo, that shit was hilarious.
You can't make this shit up, huh?
No, that's how desperate Hollywood is. They have no good ideas anymore. Everything is a reboot. Or let's take a childhood favorite like Popeye and make him into a killer.
That's funny.
Crazy. That's the name of the movie, Popeye the Slayer Man. And his daughter, he's on the search for olive oil. Olive oil is missing, and he's mad that olive oil is gone. And he have his daughter, Sweet Pea, is in the film, but she doesn't tell nobody that she's his daughter till like the end.
I
Crazy.
thought Sweet I thought Sweet
I
Pea
thought
was a
Sweet Pea
boy.
was a boy. I thought the same thing.
Yo, they just making the genders now. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
but she apparently it's a girl.
Well, that's funny. Well, I'm
Yeah,
ready to start with you are.
yeah. Let's go.
What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try in the building with me. How you doing, Try?
Yo, um,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So today's album anniversary. I feel like this is the appropriate album to talk about it since pretty
that's why.
much this group was influenced by this artist. It's Bob Marley and the Wailers with Kaya.
Oh, that was
This
today too.
album. You said what?
That came out today also.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I was trying to find like something like alternative rockish, but I'm just like, nah, fuck it. So
Yeah.
this album came out March 23rd, 1978 on Tough Gong Records, which is pretty much like Bob Marley's label, his brand, which is under Island Records. It came out with two singles, Is This Love and Satisfy My Soul. So the story with this album was the fact that he was living in England after he had gotten shot, and he already dropped Exodus, which to me, the greatest reggae album in the history, and stuff like that too, and his best album too. Waiting in Vain, One Love, Jammin'.
We've
I mean,
never done that.
never
Got
did
another
what?
idea. I got another idea. Now that you just said that.
Text it to me.
Okay.
'Cause I know we reviewed Catch a Fire. I know we did that one. I know
Uh-huh.
I'm slacking on the reggae review because I'm in the process of getting some more reggae and dancehall reviews. Because I don't
Right.
want to just do Bob Marley, Bob Marley. I want to do at least a lot more reggae artists, but we'll get more into that. What
Mm-hmm.
up, man? How you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So while he was recording Exodus, he also was working on Kaya too, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And so he had worked on that album, and at the same time too, he returned to Jamaica to perform a political concert called a One Love Peace concert and shit like that too. So when he had dropped this album, Kaya, excuse me, a lot of his diehard fans they kind of shitted on his album because they felt like he was selling out because it was a lot more laid back, which they were kind of shitting on the Exodus album too, because Bob Marley, they would know he was known for like the politically charged stuff, like Catch a Fire, the joint he came out in '74, I think called Babylon by Bus, which I love that album too. I pretty much have all his albums, pretty much and shit, including the Legend album, because most motherfuckers they like to just get the Legend album and just call themselves Bob Marley fans, but that's another story for a different day. But this album was like his most laid back album to date. Now these days it has more of like a favorable reaction and everything like that too. I mean, this was known for songs like "Is This Love," which that's like one of the first Bob Marley songs I remember listening to growing up. "Satisfy My Soul," "Easy," "Easy Skanking." I love that record too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this whole album was just fire as fuck in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Personally, if I was to rank this album, this might actually be my third favorite album he came out with because it's like my first is obviously going to be Exodus. Then we're going to do Catch a Fire and stuff like that. And then I'll probably have to go with maybe Kaya, and after Kaya, it might be Burning, but it's always subject to change. Anything from '73 onward is classic period, in my opinion. But yeah, man, and it's kind of funny too because I was watching an interview with John Lennon and stuff like that too. And I sent this to y'all in the group me about how he was very critical of Bob Marley's work during like this period and stuff like that too, because it wasn't just like motherfuckers just kind of see people really thought he was like softening his sound around this time. But what do you think about this album?
Classic, classic album. That's like I love those albums from Bob. You know, the Kaya album, Nati Dread, Uprising, Survival. Those albums are like to me some his best. You know, this was great. Like everybody that loves reggae should know these songs that's on this album. So you know, Satisfy My Soul is a classic.
Yes.
We definitely love that song. You know, that was also on the Legend Greatest Hits, and it's great. Like this man is reggae. Like this is reggae starts with Bob Marley. You know,
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. And it's crazy because like right when I think about growing up as a kid, my dad used to always play "Is This Love," Three Little
right?
Birds, always from this
Yeah.
period of Bob Marley and stuff
Hmm.
like that too. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Catch a Fire, that's like I listened to that like when I was like more grown up and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
Peter
Q
Tosh.
said, "Do you like Peter Tosh?"
He said
Yes,
Peter
I
Touch.
have. I have some of his albums too. Legalize it. Legalize it. Yes. All
The
right.
the the battle is blocked, so y'all can't watch it. UMG blocked the battle last night. So if you wasn't
Right.
here, you just can't watch it. I don't know what to tell you all. We should you know what we gotta
I
start
want.
doing? We gotta start I think we gotta start recording the battles on like our phones just in case these labels block us.
I mean, I still got the battle. It's just private. I just have to screen record it and stuff like
Yeah,
that
because
too. So
they all these labels now they're not playing. So if you wasn't here for the Kanye battle, you can't watch it.
yeah. So for all the battle of the bangers, I'm gonna tell you what. It's not gonna be sometime soon, but I'm gonna try to find some way. Maybe like do like a storage or some shit like that too. With all the
You
blocks.
could I think you could put it on Twitch because Twitch you could play anything.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You
I'm
might
gonna
have
do
to make
that.
a Twitch account, a Twitch page, and then just put it all the battles on Twitch.
I got a Twitch, so yeah, we can
You
do
know what
that.
I
And
mean? Yeah, I got a Twitch account.
also Vimeo. Vimeo's also good too because
Yeah,
I add Vimeo too. So
like
all right,
they blocked the Prince battle. I still ain't see that. And did we do the Jay-Z battle? Did they block that too?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, they blocked a couple of the battles. So
right. All right. So for the Billboard charts of I want to say this is March 25th, 1989. This is the Hot Black single sales play and everything like that too. So number 20, we got the Stop the Violence movement with Self Destruction. Self Destruction. Get on with Self Destruction. Boom. Love that
yeah,
record. Um, Number 19, Love Saw It by Karen White. Never heard that record. Number 18, Anita Baker with Just Because. I want to say that was from the Giving You the Best That I Got album. I want to say. Very dope record. Number 17, we got El DeBarge with Real Love. Um, Dope record. Number 16, we got Vesta Williams with For You. Never really been a big fan of her, but rest in peace. Number 15, Tone Loc with Wild Thing. Love that record. 14, we got 10 City with That's the Way Love Is. Never heard that record. Number 13, we got the Barcades with Struck by You. Never heard that record. Number 12, we got Paula Abdul with Straight Up. Straight Up, if you tell me where you wanna love. Ever. Oh, oh, oh. From her best album, if you ask me, that Forever
yeah,
My Girl album. Classic
definitely.
album. Expect a review on that very soon. Number 11, Sweet Obsession with Being in Love Ain't Easy. I think I heard that record before. Number
Which one
10,
is
we got Sweet Obsession, Being in Love Ain't Easy.
that?
Number 10, we got Ashford and Simpson, I'll Be There For You. Pretty dope record. Number 9, we got James Taylor and Regina Bell, All I Want Is Forever. I never knew they did a song together. That's crazy. Number 8, we got Freddie Jackson with You and I Got a Thing, not a fan. Number 7, we got Today with Girl I Got My Eyes on You, not a fan. Number 6, we got Jonathan Butler, More Than Friends, never heard. Number 5, we got Donna Allen with Joy and Pain. I think that's the cover of Maze featuring Frankie Beverly, I think. Um, Number 4, we got Levert featuring Heavy D, Just Coolin'. I love that record. Oh my god.
That's
Finally,
that's cool.
shit. Um, Number 3, The Boys, Lucky Charm, not a fan. Number 2, Surface, Closer Than Friends, not a fan. And number 1, this is his first week at number 1, Milli Vanilli, Girl You Know It's True. Definitely
Yeah.
not a fan. Damn, this was a slow period.
I like the song, but they didn't sing the damn song.
Girl, you know it's not you. Alright. So now we're gonna go to the main event. We're gonna talk about No Doubt with their fourth studio album, Return of Saturn. This album came out April 11, 2000 on Trauma, which is under Interscope Records. You know what I'm saying? So this is actually the first album they did without Eric Stefani. So the members include Gwen Stefani, Tony Canal, Tom Dumont, and Adrian Young. This album was known for singles such as New, Ex Girlfriend, Simple Kind of Life, and Bathwater. This is also nominated for Best Rock Album as well too. You know what I'm saying? This is known for producers like Glenn Ballard, Jerry Harrison, No Doubt themselves, and Matthew Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Glenn Ballard. If you guys remembered that Alanis Morissette review we did on Jagged Little Pill, he was one of the main producers on that record. And Jerry Harrison too. You guys should know him. He was part of the Talking Heads. He was a guitarist of that group too. So yeah, man. No guest appearances on this album and shit like that. So yeah. So we've already talked about their first three albums and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And when they dropped the Tragic Kingdom album in '95, that pretty much got them a lot of acclaim, a lot of commercial success, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And like I mentioned to y'all before, they were nominated for 2 Grammys and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The song "Don't Speak" was also nominated for Song of the Year and Best Pop Performance by a Duo in the group and stuff like that too. Let me see. Hold on. So when it came to "Don't Speak," it lost to Sean Colvin with the song "Sunny Come Home." Other nominees was Leon Rhymes and Trisha Yearwood, "How Do I Live," Paula Cole with "Where Have All the Cowboys Gone," and of course R. Kelly with "I Believe I Can Fly." Honestly,
Okay.
R. Kelly could have should have won that award. "I Believe I Can Fly" was everywhere, but it already won a lot of Grammys at that time too. So can't beg for nothing. But for best pop vocal performance, it actually lost to this song called "Virtual Insanity." Oh, of course. I mean, I can't get mad about that. The video, the song, I mean, classic. Other songs was Fleetwood Mac, "Silver Springs," which I hate when the Grammys do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because technically that was a song they dropped as a B side to "Go Your Own Way" from 1977. But I think they did the live version of that single and stuff like that too, which came out like 97, 98. Well, 97 and stuff. I hate when the Grammys do that shit. Hanson with Bop. Never cared for that song.
Never liked them.
Bop, bop, oh, oh, ah.
Them niggas are like 40 years old now.
And the Rolling Stones, "Anybody Seen My Baby?" That was from a very mediocre album, Bridges to Babylon.
Anybody
Oh, you
seen
know that song.
my
Oh,
baby?
oh, you know that song. Okay.
I like the video. The video got
Bismarcky.
Angelina Jolie
Yeah,
when she was younger.
yeah.
Yeah, I like
That
that song.
video, yeah, that video was. I love the video, but the album was just trash. I'm gonna be real with
Yeah.
you. I love the Stones, but I gotta be I'm an honest Stones fan. So yeah. So what they were doing this album, they were touring and everything like that, and they were trying to do some experimentation as well too. And also around that time, they also got into it with their label, with Trauma and Interscope and stuff like that, because Trauma had sued for $100 million for breach of contract and everything like that too, because they wanted the joint venture to Interscope to end. They felt like Interscope reneged on their contract and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So the case was actually settled out of court for $3 million and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So they also dropped a live project or Live in the Tragic Kingdom. They contributed songs to soundtracks like the Rugrats movie soundtrack, which we talked about that a couple of months ago and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So they also included like the new song to the soundtrack to Go and everything like that too. And so when it came to this album, they were kind of doing a little bit more experimental with this one. They were trying to incorporate like the more like the new wave kind of sound and everything like that too, but at the same time still being heavy at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of broke down the barriers for the next album that came out 1 year later. Excuse me, called Rocksteady, which we already reviewed that album, and I'm just gonna spoil it out for y'all. That's actually my favorite No Doubt album, to be real with you. That one and Tragic Kingdom are my top two favorites. So stay tuned on where I would rank this album and stuff like that too. So this album was pretty much, them continuing on their flirtation with like experimentation. Yeah, Gwen Stefani writing more songs about her feminism, her maturity and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? So Yeah, man. And her lyrics at the time was actually getting compared to like Courtney Love, which we'll talk more about Courtney Love when we talk about the solo album Gwen Stefani next week and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So with this album right here, they definitely they definitely was like be more experimental with like the songwriting and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So the ska influence was pretty much toned down besides a few songs here and there, but we'll definitely talk about that. Oh, I didn't even share the album cover. I'm tripping. Okay. So this is what the album cover looks like. There's a lot going on with this album cover.
It is.
There's a lot going on with this cover. So it looks like y'all remember that show Zoom from PBS and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me of some shit like that. Very science fictiony, kind of some shit you would expect from like Smashing Pumpkins or like Weezer or stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So this album got like 15 tracks, technically 14 because one of them is like a hidden track with instrumental and stuff like that too. So let me pull up my notes. Alrighty, give me 1 second. All right, perfect. Okay. So now we're gonna go start with the first track on the album, which is one of my favorites. It's called Ex Girlfriend. I think up to this point, keyword up to this point, this might be the strongest opening song that No Doubt has ever had, period, and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And this song right here was written by Gwen Stefani and Tom Dumont, pretty much about her relationship with Gavin Rosedale, excuse me, who was like the lead singer of Bush, who would eventually they would eventually marry and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, just talking about their relationship and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very guitar heavy, which I love. Very love this record right here and shit like that. Um, and she's looking back at all the ex boyfriends she had in her life, and she's just trying to make it right with this one. You know, the video was actually directed by Hype Williams too. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Hype Williams. You know, so this one's definitely one of my favorite songs on this album. I love it.
Yeah, and she did a lot of this on the Rocksteady album where she was like talking about she and Gavin's relationship, and you know, I'm assuming this is about his ex one of his ex girlfriends when seeing him linked up, and you know you had Gwen really singing in a softer tone, but the beat picks up on the chorus, and it's a great hit record for them. It's like one of their greatest hits. I love it.
Yeah, Q. Both of them are divorced and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
So that's interesting.
she with the country dude now.
Which country do?
The Blake Shelton, she with that nigga.
Oh yeah, got you.
Yeah,
Yeah. And with this record too, I definitely sense a little Minneapolis Minneapolis sound influence with this one right here. I don't know if it was just me and stuff, you know what I'm saying, but definitely you can tell they were definitely showing their Prince influences on this album and the Rocksteady joint, which ironically Prince contributed to the Rocksteady album,
right.
stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, and Prince wouldn't just collaborate with anybody unless they had some talent. You know how Prince is and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
next song we got is called "Simple Kind of Life." This is actually my favorite song on this album. To be real with
Me
you,
too. Me too.
really.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me so fucking happy today. Wow. Okay. All right. So, so yeah, I love this
Mhm.
song right here. This might be one of my top favorite, no doubt songs and stuff like that. It just has Gwen Stefani talking about her longing for a domestic life and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Pretty mature song. You know what I'm saying? Just talk about the conflict she has with herself about wanting to get married and wanting to start a family. And then once we get to the final verse, she's talking about what would be like if she got her birth control and got pregnant and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So very interesting song right here. You know what I'm saying? I love like the melodic tone to this one,
Yeah.
the kind of like longing for something, the longing for something and stuff like that. This was actually produced by Glenn Ballard as well too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of crazy too because while they were recording this at Glenn's studio, his home studio, Gwen Stefani actually took his advice, not only about like kept on writing and stuff like that, but she actually stole one of his guitars and wrote the song using his guitar and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So that was very interesting as well too. My favorite, no doubt, song on this album, one I would highly recommend this to.
Yeah, it was real like retrospective and melodic, and you know when you hear her sing, of like hopes and dreams and what she wanted in a relationship, and it was great. Even like the chorus, she's singing real airy and breezy through the notes, and I loved it. The classic, and again, another classic record from No Doubt.
I definitely agree with you about that. Mm. Next song we got is called Bathwater. You know what I'm saying? This was another single from this one and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Adrian Young for doing the beatboxing on this one too. This is actually written in about 10 minutes. So surprisingly, this was written in 10 minutes. Um, with this song, Gwen's talking about being attracted to a guy who doesn't return her affection and stuff like that too. And this only makes her want him more and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So very, very dope song. One of my favorite songs on this album and everything like that too. I need to stop repeating myself. Like I said before, the ska influences is I can just count them on my finger on how many songs had that ska influence to it. But this one was definitely it wasn't the strongest ska influence song. I'm gonna get more into that in a minute. But this one is definitely a banger. I love it.
Yeah, it was. I love the pianos on this one. The beat, the fire, just a strong album cut.
Very strong album cut indeed. Um, right after that, we got track number 4. We got 6 Feet Under. Um, out of all the songs from this album, this one definitely has a strong '90s influence to it. Because when you listen to the song, it kind of reminds me of that mid '90s alternative sound and stuff like that too, which I fucking love. Which let me stop because when I was growing up, I didn't like a lot of that mid '90s alternate sound because I felt like a lot of them was kind of. I felt like after '94, it was kind of all over the place. But
Mhm.
this song, but over the years, I came to appreciate it. Like I do fuck with groups like Radiohead, which I mean, would you consider Radiohead alternative rock?
Yeah,
Would you?
I mean, yeah, they're not like hard rock, but you know, they have
Yeah,
their elements in their music.
yeah, and of course, No Doubt too.
Mhm.
And you got to remember, this was actually released in 2000. The majority of this album was done in the '90s and stuff like that too. So you still had that '90s feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time in the 2000s, you had groups like Linkin Park and then Blink 182 and stuff like that too that were doing their thing. But this one, I do like this one. You know what I'm saying? This one was very dope. Not one of my favorites on this record though, but I do fuck with it. It had a nice vibe to it.
Yeah, it was okay. It's not one of my favorites, but it was alright.
Right. Track number 5, Magic's in the Makeup. This one definitely has like a very eerie kind of feel to it. I love this one. I love the beat. The beat has like a very talking heads. I wouldn't be surprised if who produced this one? Hold on. Yeah, Jerry Harrison. He also had some input with this one and shit like that too. And it definitely had like a Talking Heads. If Talking Heads dropped some shit in the '90s, I know you're not really a big Talking Heads fan like that,
Like some of their
but
stuff.
it definitely had like that. Yeah, it had that kind of feel to it. What do you? Is most of the beat I love from this track
Hmm.
and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I think what I got from this track is just how she looks at makeup as a way of masking who you really are and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So again, growing feminism with this track, especially at a time when you had the teeny boppers like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, who the labels and the power to be was trying to put as much plastic as them as possible and shit like that. And look at what happened to Britney now and shit. And
Yeah,
I really wasn't trying to make a joke out of it. I'm just
I love the The beat, the melody sounds like ice cream truck type of melody, type of jingle, or circus type of jingle, and but the way that Gwen sung on it sounded good, so I liked it.
Definitely. Mm-mm-mm. Now the next song, "Artificial Sweater." Um, Probably my least favorite song on this album. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all and stuff like that. I respect this song. I got what they were trying to do with it, but at the same time, I just never really gravitated towards it. You know, I like the beat and the guitar riffs and everything, but really wasn't one of my favorites.
It was good. I liked it. The drum play and the guitar play, good.
Got you. All right. Next song we got is called "Marry Me." Another one of my favorite tracks on this album, and probably the most ska influenced track on this record and stuff like that. I feel like with this song, it pretty much sums up the whole concept of the album or what Gwen was going through at this time. Because you guys gotta remember, like with each album, maybe after Tragic Kingdom, Gwen had more and more input and stuff like that too, and she was really becoming like the face of the band. And I think I mentioned in the last review, like up until when they were doing the Tragic Kingdom, you know, Eric and Gwen's relationship was going downhill, and we all know the story. Anytime there's like a woman in the band of guys from Roy's Royce to Blondie, I would maybe to put it bluntly, I would even say Fleetwood Mac. To put it bluntly, the woman there's always hell Rufus featuring Shaka Khan. I mean, it's always that same. But with Gwen, she had more songs about she had more songs about relationships and was longing for that simple life. And I do like this record. This record is actually pretty dope. I was surprised this was not really a single. I was surprised though because it definitely had that radio friendly kind of feel. But
Right.
yeah, that's pretty much what I summed up about this one.
Yeah, it was. Which one we on?
Marry
Marry
Me.
Me. Yeah, Marry Me had like a reggae sound to it. It had the sound was like more ska and reggae. I like when they do those type of tracks, and I loved it. I thought it was a great song. Gwen sounded great on it.
Yeah. Yeah, can we talk about her vocals on this album though? Oh
Mm,
my god.
yeah.
Like this might be vocally her best album. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah,
like in the earlier album, you said what?
she did her thing on here, like vocally.
Because on the earlier albums, she had that whiny punk like "Ah, yeah, 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 yeah." How every because if you guys listen to it like a lot of those '90s rock artists, all them women were trying to sound the same, like nasally and some shit like that too. From Liz
Mhm.
Fair to Courtney Love. There I go mentioning Courtney Love again. There I go. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, they just had that nasal. I think like once Tragic Kingdom came out, she found her vocal tone, but this one she just elevated that shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yes, see, Gwen's always been that girl and shit. Next track we called it's called New. You know what I'm saying? So when this technically was like the first single from this album because it came out from the Go soundtrack. The Go, I've never seen that movie Go. It has William Fichtner, Katie Holmes. A lot of people I never really seen their movies. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. And this song probably caught a lot of people off guard because they went for that more new wave kind of sound. Like they were influenced by like the Devo, a group I never, another group that was interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of people were influenced by like them from Nine Inch Nails and everybody, but I heard that Whip It song, which that's like their best known song right there and shit like that too. But back to No Doubt. Yeah, this one right here was pretty cool. A lot of fans, they love this record and shit like that too. I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's not really one of my favorites on this record. You know what I'm saying? But I can definitely see why it was included on the soundtrack. 'Cause it has that fun, energetic kind of song and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm. Yeah. This was good. I don't. think I saw that movie go. When was that?
99.
2099. If I did, it was a long time ago. I don't
Yeah,
remember the movie.
99.
But yeah, that time, Hollywood was coming up with like a lot of weird movies like that. Um, the song was good though.
Yeah.
I like the song. The song was dope.
It's like everybody was trying to make their own Office Space, and
Yeah.
that's a movie I never liked. I try to get into it. Everyone's like, "Oh, this is like one of the funniest movies."
Mhm,
I sat through 30 minutes. I'm just like, I don't get the joke. I think the only funny part I liked was when they were playing that Ghetto Boys song. I think it was Still,
mhm.
and they were doing that scene, and I only liked it because Family Guy did a better parody of it and shit like that. And y'all know what Family Guy episode I'm talking about when Peter had
Right.
that bird is the word, and Stewie and Brian was trying to break that. But yeah, man. Anyway, that was back when Family Guy was actually funny. Now I don't know what they're doing now.
Right.
Um, Next song is called "Too Late." One of my favorite tracks on this album as well. This one right here again was more melodic. Kind of sound like some shit you hear from the Tragic Kingdom album and some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, the lyrics was very nursery rhymish and shit like that. It's very like lullaby-ish.
Mhm.
Like just celebrating young love and just celebrating, just trying to fall in love. I mean, yo, Gwen was really falling
In
in love
love.
with this nigga at this time and shit. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, man. Like, but it wasn't like no pussy. It wasn't no pussy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, this was good. It was melodic. The beat was nice. The guitar played. Gwen. It was really like you could tell she was in love at this time. Like some of the songs were like really melodic and calm and smooth and just in a good place.
Definitely. Yeah, man. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, man. So we're gonna go into the next song called "Comforting Lie." Um, this was another cool song right here. Probably like the most heaviest song on this album. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a reminiscent of some of like their earlier ska punk days and shit like that. I think that's the right word for it, ska punk.
Hmm.
So yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, definitely. Had that ska sound and Gwen singing in the softer tone and I loved it.
Definitely. Alrighty. Now we're gonna go into another one of my favorite tracks, "Suspension Without Suspense." This is one of the two songs next to "Simple Kind of Life" that was written solely by Gwen Stefani. And another one of my favorite tracks. I feel like vocally, this might be her best song on this album. To be honest with you, you know what I'm saying. So, it's pretty much just about how sometimes relationships they never move forward, and how one has to be ready to involve and change with that too. You know what I'm saying. So the term like suspension without suspense probably means hanging around, even if you know if it's going to be a good or bad outcome and stuff like that. Which is kind of a very deep track right here and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying. So I like this one.
It was okay. Not one of my favorites.
Understandable. All right, so next track we're going to do is "Steering Problem." Um, Another one of my favorite tracks on this album. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Very no doubt. This is like vintage no doubt right here. You know what I'm saying? Just her talking about body image and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So I like this one. This one's pretty good.
I love it. I love the way she did the chorus. Staring. I can't stop staring. Love the chorus. It was chaotic. It's like a punk rock song. It's noisy. It's loud. You know, um, it was great. That should have been a single. Definitely one of my favorites on this album.
Yeah, definitely could have been a single as well too. I where we at now? We at home now. Another one of their ska punk shit, artsy shit. You know what I'm saying? Very dope song right here and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not too much shit to say about this one.
Really melodic. Again, like it's a real soft tone that Gwen is singing in, and I loved it.
Yeah, I love this one too. and the final song is called Dark Blue. You know what I'm saying? Probably one of the more moodier songs on this record and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? The way I see it, you know what I'm saying? She's just, I feel like it's an argument with herself and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? How you in a relationship with one person, and at the same time they had like a much more difficult life and everything like that too. But at the same time, it has a sense of envious and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So I do like this record. You know what I'm saying? A nice way to end off the album.
This sounded more like a ballad than anything else. It was real slow. Gwen is singing like she's doing like a slower song, a nice rock ballad. And I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy this one too. All right. Overall, this is a very, very, very dope album. Very underrated, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of fans, they weren't really ready for this album and stuff like that. I mean, it did get some favorable reviews from critics, but sales wise, it didn't really touch Tragic Kingdom and stuff like that. Even though it debuted at number 2, a lot of diehard fans was kind of like bent out of shape with this album. They didn't know what to really expect from this album. However, it was nominated for a Grammy for Best Rock Album and stuff like that. And it actually lost to the Foo Fighters with There Is Nothing Left to Lose. You know what I'm saying? Which I want to say, no, that wasn't the one with Giving You the Best, but I heard that that was a very dope album. Other nominees was like Bon Jovi's Crush, Max Box 20 Mad Season, and Rage Against the Machine, The Battle of Los Angeles.
Mm,
Honestly, I would have given it to Rage to keep it a buck with you because that Battle of Los Angeles was one of the best rock
yeah,
albums of the decade and
definitely.
stuff like that. Too. Um,
Classic.
but this album, right?
My favorite
Yeah,
Rage album.
definitely. You know what I'm saying? But this album right here, Return to Saturn, I feel like is a very transitional album from No Doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because you had more of Went's input on this one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5. I feel like it's a very strong album. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not really too big on like the early ska shit like that, but I feel like they got better with each album after like Tragic Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I have to say.
Definitely, I think this is like one of their best too. Um, love the production, the songs, the way that Gwen was singing. In a melodic, soft tone. You know, um, and they picked the right singles. Ex girlfriend was great. Simple life. I love that song. Marry me. Staring. I'm giving it 4 months.
Definitely. All right, so I do have a little announcements I want to make before I head out. So technically, we do have one more No Doubt album left because we already did Rocksteady, like me tried it on his channel. But at the same time, I'm gonna do something that I kind of want to do for a while. So I did say I was actually going to do the first Gwen Stefani album, but I'm gonna take
Classic.
it back.
Classic.
I'm gonna do her first 2 albums, her first 2 solo albums. So
Classic.
that means
Classic.
I'm gonna do Love Angel Music Baby that came out '04, and I'm also gonna do the Sweet Escape that came out in '06. So I might do that the same week and everything. I'm gonna see how my schedule is, everything. And the reason why I'm gonna do that is because in the next 2 weeks we're gonna do '80s rap week and shit like that too. So that means majority of our reviews are gonna be '80s rap and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna review what we got coming up, but get your big boom boxes, your Kangals, nothing past 1989 and everything like that too. So it's gonna be all straight up '80s rap in the next 2 weeks. So yeah. So I'm gonna end this off right here and everything like that too. So tomorrow at 6 p.m. we got another banger. We're gonna talk about the Isley Brothers with the Go for Your Guns album, which I really cannot wait to talk about. That has all the classics from 4 Years to Atlantis to Footsteps in the Dark. Originally, I was going to do the Mission to Please, but I'm saving that for later on, probably the week after next week and shit like that too. But since Chris Jasper passed away, I want to show him some love somehow, some way, and stuff like that too. Also, we're not gonna do shit Tuesday and Wednesday because it's Try's birthday and everything like that too. Shout out to the king. But Thursday we're gonna come back strong. We're gonna do our top R&B albums of 1990. Excuse me, of 1976. Excuse me.
1996.
Yeah. So 1976 still gonna be on the 70s right here. Mind you, I said top because I might have a top 10. So I might have a top 8. You never know what
Right,
we're gonna do. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Um, Friday at 6 p.m. we got that Thursday is gonna be time to be announced because I gotta check some shit out with my schedule. Friday at 6 p.m. we got a King T with the Trifling album. Shout out to John Dixon again for giving me this album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be 1993, and I might move this review for Saturday depending on what I gotta do. But I said Saturday time. I said 5 p.m. Slick Rick's Behind Bars out, but I might move it. I don't know yet. I gotta see what I'm doing that day. But going to be a very solid week of reviews and here and there. You know, anything you want to say before we head out?
Nope.
No.
Hey, if you wasn't here last night for the Ye battle, you just missed it because UMG took the shit down. Fuck UMG. Fuck YouTube for even taking that shit down. We trying to do shit for the culture and shit that we don't have to do because we don't get paid to do it, but we do it because we love this culture and they want to block us. So I
Exactly.
don't like that shit. Fuck that. Fuck them.
Fuck that bullshit. Yeah, man, it is what it is though. But I'm gonna find some way to post all the battle of the bangers and have some way. Oh, and one more thing too. For y'all who don't know, you guys have up until April 1st to make your votes on the polls and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because once April 1st comes, I'm gonna close everything down. I'm gonna reveal that I'm gonna reveal that 2K video once I actually get to 2Ks and stuff like that too. So y'all be on the lookout for that. So y'all got about a week and a day. Excuse me, a week and 2 days. So yeah. All right. So Return of Saturn by No Doubt. We just talked about that one and everything like that too. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Rocksteady review. We try and I did. That's on Try's channel if I'm not mistaken, right?
We did that during the pandemic.
Yes, pandemic. So y'all check that out. I might if I find a video too. I'm also gonna post it on the live and stuff like that too. Um, so yeah, we're gonna do the Gwen Stefani's first two albums. That's probably gonna be the week after next. So be on the lookout for that. And I'll see y'all motherfuckers when I see y'all. Peace.